Hello, my name is Jake and I'll be discussing the causes, effects, and events that happened during the Rhodesian Bush War, also known as the Rhodesian Civil War. On November 11th, 1965, the Rhodesian Parliament passed the Unilateral Declaration of Independence and became completely free from British rule. The war truly started in 1964 when Zanla soldiers killed Petrus Oberholzer, who was a white official in the Rhodesian front. This led to the arrest of the leadership of ZANU and ZAPU parties, but the first battle occurred in 1966 when ZANU blew up power lines and burnt white farms in Zambia. Zanla forces were wiped out shortly afterwards by Rhodesian forces, and this was known as the Battle of Sonoya. This is a very important event. It shows how strong and efficient the Rhodesian military was, and it also exposed the danger the white farmers were in. In 1967, ZAPU joined forces with South African guerrillas to target Rhodesian armed forces. ZANU and its militant wing, ZANLA, were trained by Chinese officers and were taught how to gain support from peasants and farmers. This was an important decision by them because it prevented the government from taking over the countryside. The war ended on December 4th, 1979, with the Lancaster House Agreements, and this led to Rhodesia becoming Zimbabwe and the new nation gaining international recognition. In the end, this war was significant because the black majority finally controlled their native country. However, the condition was that 20 out of the 100 seats in Parliament were automatically reserved to whites. The war and its subsequent internal settlement, signed in 1978 by Ian Smith and Abel Mazuro, led to the implementation of universal suffrage in June 1979 and the end of white minority rule in Zimbabwe. In the end, this treaty stated that the election will be held and Zimbabwe will be fully independent in 1980. ZANU won the election in 1980 and Robert Mugabe became the first PM of Zimbabwe, and he began the recovery from the war and started to modernize Zimbabwe. The capital was changed from Salisbury to Harare in 1982. More than 500 hospitals were built. Vaccination rates rose to 67%, and life expectancy rose to 59. Education saw a major improvement under Mugabe. Primary education was made free, and secondary education enrollment rose to 33%. One noteworthy failure was the unequal treatment of blacks, whites, and especially women. Specifically, women are in charge of about 80% of the agriculture in the country and are unable to sign the rights to own land. It is also difficult for women to get fertilizer, which is important for agriculture. And the wage gap increased due to a lot of the social reforms, and attempts to fix this only worsened the gap. If you'd love to see Zimbabwe under Mugabe rule, then go check out Kayla's video.